I could still smell the funeral lilies on my dress when she threw my suitcase onto the gravel and pointed at the street like I was roadkill. My own daughter-in-law, Darlene, the woman who once called me Mama. Her voice sliced through the quiet Oklahoma evening like a rusted blade. Get off this property and go die in a dumpster. Chris is gone. This house is mine now. The neighbors watched from their porches, pretending not to stare. I did not scream. I did not beg. I simply adjusted my worn blue dress, lifted my chin, and walked down the driveway with steady steps. My heart was breaking, but my dignity remained untouched. Halfway down the road, I reached into my purse, took out my phone, and dialed a single number. The moment the call connected, I said only 5 words. It is time. Act on it. The person on the other end replied, understood. But Darlene had no idea what storm she had just unleashed. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to thank every single one of my incredible subscribers. Your support keeps me strong. And to those of you who are new, I am truly honored that you are here. I cannot wait for you to hit that subscribe button and join this growing family. Your likes and comments fuel this channel. So please tell me, what would you have done if someone threw you out right after a funeral? Now, let me take you back to where all of this truly began. My name is Bertha. I am 60 years old, born and raised on Oklahoma soil. My son Chris was my pride, my only child, and my reason for breathing. His father died when he was 10, so it became just the two of us against the world. We built that house together with our own hands. Every brick, every nail, every memory, ours. Then came Darlene. She was sweet at first. Too sweet. She brought me pies, called me Mama, hugged me like she meant it. But her eyes were always searching, counting, measuring, like she was calculating her future. I ignored the warning signs. Love makes fools of mothers. When she married my son, I prayed she loved him. When he got sick, I prayed she would care for him. When he died, I prayed she would honor his memory. Instead, she cashed it. $55 million, insurance, company shares, inheritance. Chris had built a fortune through oil logistics contracts. I never cared for the money, but she did. The moment that number hit her account, she transformed. She did not just want the money, she wanted everything, including my existence erased. But what she did not realize was that I had already prepared for this moment long before she did. My son had prepared too. When his will was read, everyone thought it was simple. One document, one beneficiary, but Darlene never saw the second one. And that was going to change everything. Chris knew he was dying long before anyone else did. He never said it out loud, but I saw it in the way he lingered at the door when he hugged me goodbye. I saw it in how he started writing things down, passwords, account numbers, names of people I had never heard of. One afternoon, while Darlene was out shopping for a new handbag, he asked me to sit with him on the porch. His voice was weak, but his eyes were clear. "Mama," he said, "if anything happens to me, I need you to promise me something." I felt a chill run through me. "Do not talk like that." "Promise me," he insisted. I swallowed and nodded. "I promise." He took my hand and pressed a small brass key into it. "There is a safety box at First Oklahoma Bank, number 117B. Your name is on it. If Darlene ever disrespects you, if she ever tries to cut you off, open it." My hand, still clutching his, began to tremble. "Chris, what is in it?" He looked away. "The truth." He passed 2 weeks later. Darlene cried louder than anyone at the funeral. She wailed and threw herself over his coffin like she was auditioning for a movie. People pitied her. I stood silently, holding my son's picture against my chest.
I did not cry in public. I saved my tears for when no one could hear me. 3 days after the funeral, she received access to the inheritance. 2 days after that, she threw me into the street. She thought she had won. She thought money made her untouchable. But while she was busy buying diamond bracelets and popping champagne with her new friends, I was sitting across from a man named Mr. Alan Porter, the lawyer my son had kept in secret, a man who had known my son's intentions better than even his wife. He opened a leather folder and slid a document across the table. "Mrs. Holloway," he said, "this is the second will." My chest tightened. "Second," I whispered. He nodded. "Legally binding, only to be revealed upon proof of hostility or displacement against you. Your son was specific. If Darlene failed to treat you as family, everything would change." My fingers ran across the paper as I read the words. A living trust, multiple property titles, company voting rights, frozen account protocols. I looked up at him in disbelief. "So she does not own anything?" He smiled faintly. "Only temporarily. Once we file this, everything transfers under your control." I closed my eyes, not in greed, not in triumph, but in heartbreak. Chris had seen this coming. He had loved Darlene, but he had known her, and now it was my turn to act. The next morning, the banks were contacted. The legal filings were initiated. Titles were reissued. 5 days after she threw me out, there was a knock on her front door. She opened it and saw 2 suited men holding documents. She laughed at first. Then she read the first line. Her laughter died instantly. Darlene stood in her silk robe, hair messy from sleep, clutching her coffee mug like it was her last lifeline. The 2 legal representatives did not flinch when she snapped, "What is this? Some kind of prank?" One of them calmly responded, "Effective immediately, all assets belonging to Christopher Holloway are placed under trustee restriction per Living Will Addendum 4B, naming Bertha Holloway as primary executor." Her face twisted. "Executor! She is old. She does not even have a bank account." The man continued without emotion. "As of today, your access to bank accounts, investment portfolios, real estate holdings, and corporate shares is frozen pending review. You are granted temporary living expenses of $2,000 per month until further notice." Her mug slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor. "You cannot do this! I am his wife!" "Legally," the man said, "you are his widow, not his owner." They left her standing in the doorway, shaking. Within hours, the effects began. Her credit cards declined. Her luxury car repossessed. Her friends stopped answering her calls. By evening, she was pacing inside the empty living room, having sold furniture to pay off a private shopping debt none of us knew about. Apparently, she had taken out quiet loans, gambling on her inheritance to cover them. By midnight, she called me 23 times. I did not answer a single one. The next morning, I was in my small temporary apartment, a quiet room above a local florist shop. The scent of roses filled the air as I made myself tea. Then I heard pounding on the door, slow, heavy, desperate. I opened it, and there she was, Darlene, no makeup, eyes red, knees on the cold concrete floor. She grabbed the hem of my dress before I could stop her. "Please, please help me." I stared down at her. The same woman who had told me to go die in a dumpster was now kneeling in one like a beggar. But then she whispered something that froze my soul. They are going to find me. They are going to kill me if I do not pay them. Please, Bertha, I need $1, just $1 to call them. Confusion washed over me. Who is they? She shook her head frantically. You do not understand. I never told Chris. I never told anyone. I owe people money. Dangerous people. I thought I could pay them off with his inheritance. Now they think I am lying. I felt my heart pounding. This was no longer just revenge. This was survival. But survival for who? Her or me? She pressed her forehead to my hands. Please, do not let them take me. I looked down at her trembling shoulders. And then I said 4 words that brought silence to the air. Get up. Come inside. She obeyed, but she had no idea that stepping through that door meant stepping into judgment.
She sat at my small kitchen table, hands shaking around a chipped teacup. The scent of roses drifted in from the flower shop downstairs. She did not look like a millionaire's widow anymore. She looked like a frightened child. But I was not there to comfort her. I was there to weigh her soul. Tell me everything, I said. Her voice cracked as she spoke. She had taken secret loans from private lenders long before Chris died. She wanted luxury, designer clothes, social status. She thought once Chris passed and the will was executed, she would be free. But when her accounts froze, the lenders assumed she was hiding money. They gave her 7 days to repay. It had been 5. She looked at me with swollen eyes. I know I do not deserve kindness, but please, I am begging you, save my life. Silence filled the room. My heart wrestled inside my chest. Part of me wanted to watch her crumble, to let karma finish what it started. But then I heard my son's voice echo in my memory. Mama, do not let hatred bury you. I need you to stay human. I exhaled slowly. I will help you, I said. Her head shot up. You will? I raised a finger, but under one condition. She froze. Anything. I leaned in. You will sign over every asset that was temporarily in your possession. You will relinquish all control of Chris's legacy, and from this day forward, you will not live for greed. You will live for repentance. She nodded without hesitation. Yes, I agree. I continued. Your monthly allowance will not be for handbags. It will be for therapy and charity work. I will not let you rot in guilt. You will earn forgiveness. Tears flooded her face. Thank you. Thank you. I held up my hand. Do not thank me. Thank the son you betrayed. He protected you even after death. That night, I made one more phone call. The same voice answered. Is it done? He asked. Yes, I said. Release enough funds to settle her debt. Quietly. No further involvement. Understood. The debt was erased. The threat dissolved. And Darlene was reborn. Not as a wife of fortune, not as a victim, but as a woman facing redemption. Months have passed now. The mansion is no longer hers. It is being renovated into a shelter for widows and abandoned mothers in Chris's memory. Darlene volunteers there every week. She scrubs floors, serves food, and listens to the stories of broken women. She does not wear diamonds anymore. She wears humility. And me? I sit on the porch of the house my son and I built, now filled with laughter, not greed. Sometimes I still smell funeral lilies, but now I smell roses too. Money reveals character. Grief exposes truth, but forgiveness, that is where real power lives. What about you? Would you have forgiven her, or would you have let her face her fate alone? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more real stories just like this one. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and never let anyone write the ending of your story but you.